What's cracking, people? Anansi here, and welcome back to another episode why am I blanking on it now? Of X-Blades. In the last one, we fought another long boss, and then we had to deal with a battle arena. Now we're in another battle arena, and we just got lightning range as well, and I'm showing that off now. Lightning range, basically, it is a screen nuke. Is a screen nuke as far as I'm concerned. As long as you have magic, and as long as the enemies are in a position where you actually can hit them, what lightning range does is it bounces off enemies, stunning them in place, and it goes until either A, the actual ability, the actual physical projectile runs out, or until all the enemies are dead. And it is super effective on dang near every single boss in the game, every single enemy in the game. It renders the challenge of the game completely useless. The fork in the road evening. So yeah, and you can see why I was trying to save that scroll to get it earlier, so I could get it for like 750,000. Now, granted, by the time you get to the end of the game, you know, you're basically gonna be drowning in souls. Yeah, with this skill, there's basically no reason why you should not be trying to spam it as much as you can, because it is going to do an amazing amount of damage for you. Gold artifact part. Okay. Okay, so now we're kind of. There we go. Now, unfortunately, because we don't have unlimited rage, we can only do really so much. We can only really use this ability so many times. I think it takes like half your rage bar to use it once. So you want to use it multiple times, you're going to have to either A, stay put and charge it, or B, keep your eye on when the rage crystal shows up again to use it. Trust me, it is a worthwhile skill to have. One of my favorite skills in the game, and yeah, you can use it in the air too. So now, granted, I will freely admit it is more effective in arenas where you don't have that many enemies coming at you all at once. The more enemies you have, the less it repeatedly hits them, so it won't take their health bar down as fast. But it is a good way to do crowd control and clean up, because it stays on the. Because I don't think it dissipates after a number of hits. I think it dissipates after a set amount of time. I think it's like, what, 3 seconds? Oh, I am about to die. I am about to die. Wait, where's the health? Did I actually use the health crystal by mistake? Okay, well, that is not good. It's important to note that you do actually have to target with the with lightning range. You can't just fire it out. Okay. Let's keep it pushing from here. Keep pushing from here. Oh, but yeah, you do have that. You do actually have to target with this thing. Otherwise, you are just kind of wasting it. What I recommend doing is trying to fire it every time you end a combo. Okay, I'm gonna not meant to do, not meant to do. I accidentally hit the what's the word I'm looking for here? The Xbox home button. Did it again. Did it again. Okay, so I think what may have happened is that I may have actually accidentally hit that during one of the melees when I was over here. There we go. There we go. So at this point in the game, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but at this point in the game, our goal right now is to kind of wander a bit. We don't really have a set goal right at the moment. There's no definitive way to go. It's one of the reasons why, if you pay close attention when we're entering and leaving areas in previous parts, it might actually be better for me to just die here considering how low my health is. In previous parts, I probably just want to go ahead and myself die here. Yeah, in previous parts you would get railroaded or, you know, guided along the path to where you needed to be. Do we get Ray of Light? Because I think, yeah, I think we'll go ahead and get Ray of Light. And then we have the Flash of Light, which is basically our AoE attack, which I think is, what did it say, 9 million? Yeah, you would have to have one of the scrolls for that one. Go through here. Okay, so in the bottom right, you kind of see the enemy gauge. This entire enemy engagement is the boss fight. So what you're aiming to do is basically slay as many enemies as you can to get that bar to start going down. And I do remember this part being extremely difficult to do, so. Yeah, as you can see here, we killed a couple of them, but the bar isn't even moving. And unfortunately, due to the arena status of X-Blade, we're not getting out of this until we beat it, so. But yeah, going back to it, we are kind of just left to our own devices in order to actually do some I had completely forgotten how I've actually beat this part. Let's pull out oh, reliable earthquake here. Huh. It would seem that my whole spiel about lightning range trivializing the game might have been exaggeration. Either that or I'm misremembering. Oh, right, that's right. I keep forgetting. I don't have the health regeneration suit, which makes this infinitely easier. And unfortunately, because we picked up the double damage suit, we're basically locked into double damage for the rest of the game. We don't have access. You can't switch costumes. You can't switch costumes once you're in the game. So, kind of screwed ourselves here. But we do have magic spam. So bring it to the middle here so that way when it spawns again. There we go. Yeah, as you can see, just looking at the bottom right, with regards to the health bar, we have killed quite a few of these guys, and the bar still isn't going down. Again, the late stage of X-Blades, everything's just a bullet sponge. So, if I die again, I'll probably end up cutting back. I'll probably end up cutting away from this because I mean you were basically seeing the extent of the encounter. Come on. Did I didn't use that crystal yet, did I? Yes, I did. Okay. Now just imagine, we're doing this with double damage on. Imagine how long this would take without it. There we go. Yeah, use that earthquake spam. Here we go. Ah, half of there. Okay, I'll cut back when I actually beat this part. All right, we're back. As you can see, we're basically almost done with this. So a few things that I have learned during this encounter is that I think so I have learned that your health is slowly increasing throughout the game right now. And what I think has happened, and I didn't account for this because I'm so used to doing it one way or the other, is that because we found both Ayumi's health regeneration suit and her double damage suit in one playthrough, we have access to both abilities. Right? So we have double damage and health regeneration. I I did not know that because, again, I've only ever gotten both suits at the same time once. And that was on my very first playthrough of the game. Actually, now that I think about it, no, I didn't even get them both at the same time on the first playthrough. I got her feel good suit once, and then I got her double damage suit on a separate playthrough. But it appears as though if you do a new game plus, if you do a new game and you find both suits on the same playthrough, you get access to both their abilities. So, yeah, there you go. I did not know that, or at least I didn't pay attention to it. Because again, you lose health so fast in this game that it's kind of hard to keep up with it. Number 2, at the start of this one, because this is the very, very, very next attempt after the one you just saw, I got a few skills to help make this a little bit easier. I got the Ice AoE skill, because what that does is it freezes your enemies in place. It effectively acts as an earthquake. It freezes your enemies in place, like so. And it causes knockback upon hit. So once you hit the enemy after you freeze them, they get knocked back. So it's basically like a better earthquake. And again, I've never used that skill before. I just said, you know what? Let's try something different. See what happens. No, like Master Chief said, I figured I'd try shooting my way out, mix it up a little. You know what I mean? I also got a few other skills as well. I guess to kind of show you real quick. I got the Ice Flower, which is the Ice AoE. I got Teleportation, Through Strike, which teleportation just moves you from one end to the other. It's not a really noteworthy skill. There's Through Strike, which is basically teleportation, but you cut through, but you do the anime cut thing instead. This one is like a. This is just another version of the aerial strike, and then I got Sparkling Sword. So let's see if we got a few upgrades here. Upgrades. Full Rage. We can go ahead and do this one. Enough of that, and special form. Do that. Okay, so there we go. Now it's odd that we give you the regeneration ability. They give you a suit that gives you regeneration, but also give you a skill that does it too. So again, I'm not certain if Gaijin Entertainment knew what they were trying to do when they made this, but it is what it is. See where this next one goes, because again, at this point we're just kind of wandering through the game. It is a weird Deadly Passage Evening. It is a weird design. It is a weird design philosophy to do. Ooh, use to reduce price. Nature's cool. So we get half off now. So if I wanted to, I could probably get this, but we'll leave that at it as it is. Now, I don't think Piercing Strike was actually a ability worth having. I think I just got it to get it one time. Alright. Let's keep it pushing. But yeah, it's just a weird design choice to just have you wandering until you find the next area you need to go. I believe I've taken the right path to get there, but it has been a minute. Okay, so no. No, I have not. And luckily, since we've already done that part, we don't have to do it again, so I just run right through it. So this last one, I went that way. No, I went that way last time, so let's try going this way. And go from there and see what happens now. Okay, now we're somewhere different. Okay, the death arena. Okay, so okay. This is gonna be a little bit hard, and I'm probably gonna die here. I do not think the ice skill works on this thing. It does. Now, luckily, we're fighting enemies that kind of go down in a relatively short order, so we don't have to worry about them. Well, at least as far as like jobber enemies go. So we can basically focus our attention on fighting that thing. But that doesn't mean that fighting it isn't gonna freaking suck, because it is a ranged enemy that has a bunch of health. So your biggest obstacle is going to be the extra health that it does have. So what I recommend doing is using lightning range as much as you can here, and making sure that it doesn't get a shot off on you. So the one thing about the ice skill is that they stay frozen until you hit them. At least I believe they stay frozen until you hit them. I honestly have not let them thaw out enough to really know. So let's add the lightning blades here. There we go. There we go. Yeah, but for the most part, this arena is pretty simple compared to the last few we've been in, since most of the enemies go down to like 3 or 4 hits. The only thing you have to worry about is the boss in the center, and that's probably why they left a bunch of level 1s for you to fight. Because otherwise, it'd be a little bit ridiculous to expect you to fight this thing off while also contending with add-ons. No, the spiders are going to be the worst, just because they're the ones that do ranged attacks, and they are not afraid to spam them like you. So get freezing in place. I don't wonder if you could only harness this with magic. Because again, I'm struggling to remember exactly how you beat this thing, because I mean, we're clearly doing damage to it, but I just forget if it is specifically immune to physical attacks and you have to use magic on it, or if it's something else entirely. But either way, we're going to keep it pushing. I keep hitting that button by mistake. Here we go. Here we go. Make it happen again. Try to make it happen again. Here we go. And rinse and repeat. So yeah, the best thing I can recommend is that I thought I went quieter for a little bit. The best thing I can recommend is that when you get to this, okay, let me get my words straight. The best thing I can recommend you do is that when you get to this boss, you want to have lightning range, and what you want to do is you want to basically try to avoid killing too many of the enemies by yourself, and instead let your lightning range ability build up. Well, your rage build up, so that way the lightning range can bounce off of the enemies multiple times, and ultimately, you know, take out the boss. Because I think, as you can see right here, we're basically almost done. Any second now. There we go. All dead. Now all you gotta do is just clean up the rest of the enemies here. And level complete. But yeah, so going back to it earlier, it is a weird design idea to basically not give you any indication of where you should be going. Your only real hint is that since this is an arena style combat, well, this is a action game with arena style encounters, you're basically looking for the doors that okay. I mean, that is a thing, but you know, need a little bit more work on the timing. But you're basically looking for the arena doors that are covered in red when you go through. And I think I honestly think that it's deliberately set up in such a way to where you're supposed to get lost along the way to where you need to go. Ruins 2, evening. Fuck the dumb shit, we're doing this the easy way. amazing. This thing doesn't do a whole lot of slowdown. Okay, so here, and I believe this is just an extra set of rings here. Go. See, now that side is still red, so I think. Let's try going over here. Actually, we're gonna call it there for today because we've gone a little bit long on this. I've been Anansi. This has been X-Blades, and we'll catch you in the next one, where we keep on going throughout this maze of a ruins area. Peace.